Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order campaign. In our last episode we finished our war against Poland in here, so we now have only a single county left to take for the Kingdom of Gallic Volhyne before we can go ahead and grant that independence. Our main order of business right now though is this very large war that we're fighting against the Timurids on behalf of our allies in Vladimir. They've lost a battle up here right now. They're probably going to lose this one as well. It looks like the Timurids are sending in allies or reinforcements or some kind of word like that. We have this army on the way over, which is perhaps a bad idea. I think we'll divert this a little bit further south, where it can perhaps be supported by some of our other armies here. Let's merge these two together and we'll actually just send... Let's see, you're headed there. We'll just send this army up to here. We're landing another 100,000 troops or so here, which we can hopefully get sorted out before they take too much attrition. It looks like Crimea, who are also in this war, are suffering a revolt right now, so that's good news. They'll be distracted by that. Land over here too, okay. Interesting. Is Vladimir actually allied with... No, they don't get allies with all of the rest of our dynasty yet. It would be the case if they had somebody of our dynasty on the throne, but not by marriage. Alright, so they can't call in everyone else. So it's up to us, basically. And this army has immediately taken a bunch of attrition. Wow, that's a lot of attrition. Okay. Headed to here, where you are again going to be over the supply limit. How are we going to get our armies up here without losing most of them to attrition? Seems like most of these provinces, if we go in this sort of direction, are 20k attrition, so we could get them up via that kind of route. Well, we'll see, I suppose. Do want to make sure we keep an eye down here so that we can at least split them immediately. Not lose 3% of 50,000 men. So we're still going to be taking attrition this way, but less. So we'll just accept that for now. Okay, so Vladimir's going to win one of these battles. Pretty sure their army is just going to get destroyed now, though. So I wonder if just sieging here is actually maybe the best thing we can do? Because we are going to lose a lot of these troops to attrition just by marching them up here to where they can fight the Timurid armies. In fact, we might even lose so many that we can no longer effectively fight the armies. On the other hand, right here we can pretty safely do a lot of sieges simultaneously, get a lot of war score. Okay, I think that's what we'll do for now. We'll split down to the point where we aren't taking this ridiculous amount of attrition everywhere. Send you around this way. Send you over there. I think this has to be a more efficient use of our resources. So we'll send you over to this county, and you can come down to here. Siege some actual Timurid land. maybe fight this Crimean army too. In fact, that's where we'll send this 17k maybe. Is this a major river crossing? Yes, okay. So let's not go in that way. That would be silly. Can we go straight to this county? We apparently can, I think, or maybe we're going through this county. I'm not sure. They're just leaving there anyway. Okay, so we can go here and hopefully attack them in the next county that they arrive in. So it looks like the Timurids are now settling down to siege some land in their target kingdom, which is bad news for us. They're currently down 10% from not having done that yet, so we're probably going to lose that 10%. Yeah, we can actually catch them here. There's probably a minor river crossing. And we are attacking into hills. We have twice their numbers though. I think we'll be okay. A Jewish exile fleeing persecution elsewhere in Europe has showed up at your court. His time spent abroad has gifted him with many connections, and by all accounts he's an able diplomat. He would make a fine chancellor. I will take your word for it. Oh, and apparently this Crimean army is fighting an army from Sarkel. I guess we'll join in the fun, though I don't think we'll get war score for this now since we're not in charge of this battle. In fact, I hope we'll get war score from sieging this Crimean land. We should. They are a participant in the war. I guess we'll check once one of these sieges falls. We will actually be able to have this army in this county without taking attrition. Oh, there's 17,000 Timurid men. Why don't you actually stay where you are and we'll send this army over to help instead. Though I like our chances just purely based on the numbers here. We'll take it. They actually have a few more troops on the way there, okay. But as long as we can hold out long enough for our reinforcements to arrive, we'll be most likely okay. Though that might be difficult. They're not going to arrive even in the neighbouring county until the battle's already started. We won a small battle there, apparently. Our vassal despot here has declared war over Corfu on Venice. Did we not take Corfu? He is our vassal, I guess, but he wasn't under the king. Okay. Well, that war is kind of unnecessary. We would have just transferred that vassalage if he'd asked, but I suppose that's fine. Right, so this extra 1,000 or so is actually not headed in to reinforce this battle, so we have a reasonable numbers advantage here. And it looks like we are winning pretty easily. 15,000 more are perhaps on the way down here. This 46,000 also maybe on the way down here. Okay, I guess we have drawn the attention of the Timurids, which is fine. They've broken off all of their sieges, it looks like. Okay. This is good. So this way we get to fight them without having to march all of our troops through the low supply limit land over here. We are going to win this battle. Only worth 3% war score, that's fine. Okay, so I think we'll retreat this army over here and get this 11k back behind the major river. Fortunately, I think there's probably not much in the way of hills and mountains around here. This county is hills, so this is a good one to park this army in. So we are definitely getting out of there in time, that's good. We are about to start taking sieges here, and ooh, we see a Crimean army headed into Kuban. Alright, so this is steppe. Are they crossing a river? Nope. And as it stands, they outnumber us, so we do need to send reinforcements here. That's fine, we have plenty available. We'll break off some sieges if necessary. Might not be a good idea to risk our character dying and a succession happening right in the middle of this war, but I think we'll live dangerously, that's fine. So they're going to be here on the 6th of March, okay. And there is the 46,000 from the Timurids. And old Duke Hesso of Limburg has died, fine. We have a new Duke Hesso of Limburg. We need our daughter to be educated by somebody. We'll choose a vassal, I guess. And we need a new Chancellor. That can be either our wife or the Grand Mayor. I guess we'll choose the Grand Mayor since his opinion is important for faction reasons. We'll work on Utrecht. Okay, so I am kind of concerned about this 46k. We have a reasonable defensive position here. They're in Uzen and they're headed to Saray. There is no river crossing. Unfortunately, they don't get to cross this major river. We are in the hills, though. And we have another 30k almost in an adjacent county. So we're approximately equal numbers. This 11k can also maybe get in pretty soon. Actually, stay in this county. This is adjacent, isn't it? Yeah. That would be better. Okay. So we need our top men in charge here, which we have. Alright, I guess we'll take the battle. We should be able to send some troops right now without having to wait, and they'll still come in. Probably the 11k as well will be safe enough to go in there. So that's going to be 23 plus the 17, bring it up to 40. So they might still be willing to do that, but they might not. I'll just send half of this. Are they still coming? They are. Okay, so they'll be here on the 17th. You'll be there on the 27th. You'll be there on the 24th. So this 17k is going to have to hold out for some time on their own. Let's hope they can do it. judging by our performance in the one battle we had against the Timurids so far, I think we'll be okay. Oh, and I forgot about this battle. That's bad. Let's get some reinforcements in. We'll just break off 2 sieges. Okay, and this battle has started. We do have the hills. So we have to hold out until the 24th at least. Not actually that long. I think we'll be okay. Let's send the rest of our reinforcements too. Okay, we want a siege here. Some reinforcements are in. More reinforcements. The clashing of blade and shield fills your ears as both sides of the battle meet. You raise your shield as an enemy approaches. He raises his sword and slashes at your shield, only for his sword to snap in half. As the man looks in shock at his now broken sword, which undoubtedly was made of poor quality, you raise your sword and kill him. Nice. Okay, so this army is actually not getting in until the 25th of April. That could be a problem. We may not be able to win this one. Usurping something, that's fine. You pull your sword out from the enemy warrior you just killed, only to realize that he was no man, but only a mere boy, probably not a day older than 15 years of age. This is nothing new to you, of course, but sometimes it is sad to see such a young life cut short, even if it was that of an enemy. So we can perhaps gain wrath, we can say better he died now than lived a life full of suffering, maybe become kind, which would be okay. Sure. We didn't become kind, okay. Yeah, I think we are having a bad time here. We've lost our center flank. And they have 17,000 on the way in. So I think these reinforcements are going to be too late to matter. And in that case, we should just retreat our army right now. Okay, you can all stay here if you can fit in the supply limit, that's fine. This army is retreating to Azov. We'll just let it do so. Didn't lose too much war score for that battle apparently, we're still at 21%. Timurids still have yet to actually siege any land up here, which is great. Okay, so our armies are retreating to Sarpa, the Timurids are going to Atirau, which is over here, so they're leaving, that's fine. This Crimean army is retreating to the south, we'll just let them go. Let's actually check that the siege here is actually worth war score. Is it Piatigori? Apparently this is not worth war score. Yegorlik. Or at least it's not on the list. So I think if we want to actually accrue war score, we're going to have to advance into the Timurid lands. which I would prefer not to do, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. We can fight this Crimean army, though. Which is worth a war score. Fighting across the field, you see an enemy soldier cut off from the others. While you can't tell who, it's clear they must be a highborn noble. We'll charge. We don't want to be taking 8% attrition here. Why are all of these units so tiny? We will take prisoners, yes. Okay, so we won this battle, we'll follow the army again. My son is mastering the art of swordsmanship. Timurids are back up here and sieging now, it looks like. Vladimir has 15,000 or so together up there and are wisely staying clear of the Timurids. Okay, so if these sieges aren't actually worth anything to us, I think we'll start to advance towards Timurid land. And maybe fight any of these small Crimean armies that we encounter along the way. We can definitely ransom this guy, except he can't afford it. We'll just let him rot then. Okay, well we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to leave it here for now and continue this extremely large and interesting war next time. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.